Very good afternoon to all and welcome to Tally CA Connect. It's great to meet you all every Wednesday at our forum for a new topic. And I'm sure with the ITR filing being completed, hope there is some relief. So today we'll be discussing the key effective changes of GST 2.0 that is going to be effective in the coming week and how TallyPrime is available to help with those changes. So, our expert for today is CA Manish Bhansali. Manish ji is a Tally evangelist and is known for helping businesses grow with his data driven decision making, automation, and process streamlining. So, today Manish ji will help us take us through the new changes that has come up and how you can adapt them easily through Tally Prime. So, thank you so much, Manishi, for your time for our CA Connect forum and suggesting this topic of discussion. So, over to you, and let us make the best out of this session. A few of them requesting that they get a chance to unmute. As we have a good number of audience, it will be better if you can type your questions in Q&A. And as and when Manishji is done with his portion, he can take those queries. It is easier to track. Thank you so much.
Check. Am I audible, ma'am? Perfect. Thank you, Komal ma'am, and thank you, Tally team, for having me over. It's a privilege to be here, and we already have 150 plus people joining the Zoom session. Firstly, congratulations to all the chartered accountants in the room here for successfully filing all the income tax returns of your clients, in spite of all the failures in the website, failures in the tax payments, failures of not getting the challans, and all of that. Still, we somehow managed to file all the income tax returns. And so, all in all, I could summarize this as we should have information technology knowledge more than income tax knowledge to be able to file income tax returns. But nevertheless, to avoid this situation, this exact situation what we faced in the last 1 week, to avoid this situation on 22nd of September, we have this session today where we're going to discuss about what's going to come in GST 2.0 and how do we help our clients implement those changes in their own tally. Because if clients goof up, it's us chartered accountants who pay our client, who pay through time while filing GST returns or annual returns or doing review. Also, because the rates have decreased for a lot of products, you would have seen amongst your clients also that from the day the rates have been decreased, announced that it will be decreased from 22nd of September, sales have tanked, right? Like, for example, we have a client from Cochin who is a distributor for air conditioners, and their average bills they do every day is 25 to 30, and they have come down to 4 to 5 bills per day because the GST rate on ACs has come down from 28 to 18. So this is the situation across India. And from 22nd of September, they'll be again billing, and the average bills per day will definitely shoot up to 10x because they have to cover up all the pending orders that they have, which have been held back just because of the rate change, right? So to avoid this mess on 22nd of September, we're trying to pass this on to you and via you to your clients so that we can implement these changes in our clients' tally, their books of accounts, so that the transition from GST 1.0 to 2.0 is really smooth. Komal ma'am, can you just confirm if I'm still audible and everything is fine?
Yeah, Manish, all perfect.
Perfect. I'll share my screen quickly. Yeah, is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yeah, you can go in
Perfect.
the presentation mode because, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So the topic for today is GST changes in TallyPrime, effective 22nd September 2025. So our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji has made a great change for all of us. And effective 22nd September, a lot of things are going to get cheaper. And for us as consultants or chartered accountants, it's going to get easier for us to do the GST returns and reviews, considering the rates, the slabs have been reduced. I'll quickly deep dive into the presentation. So first things first, agenda for today. First, we'll see why this change has been brought in. What is the observation given by the industry, trade, and what is the government's feedback on that. Second, we'll see what has actually changed, an overview of what has changed in the 2.0. Third, we'll see assets which have been given by government, which help us in the smooth transition from 1.0 to 2.0. Fourth, and the most important part is where we see how to do this in Tally, right? How to bring these changes into Tally effectively. Fifth one is the live example part where I'll pass an entry in Tally and show you how does that same entry look on 21st of September and how does the same entry look on 22nd of September. So this is how we'll go ahead. To give a little background, to break the ice, so 56th GST Council meeting was held on 3rd of September 2025. So they've introduced GST 2.0 and changed a few GST rates here and there. The effective date for the new rates would be 22nd of September 2025. So this is the only background I want to give because all of us, like, we've read so much and we've heard so much about the change coming in already. Now, the first question is why this change was required. Why has government brought in this change? So, government has given us given an explanation of three reasons. First one is simplicity. So, we had multiple tiered GST slabs. We had 0, we had 5, 12, 18, 28, all these slabs. So now the GST department, they've done uh, only two rates, 5 and 18, and obviously the same goods, the 40% rate is different. But more or less, the majority of goods and services they've packaged into this 5 and 18 slab so that it becomes more simple for businesses to understand, for consumers also to understand and comprehend. The second one is savings. So we have seen the rate cuts that have been given in this GST 2.0, and these rate cuts have been really of help to all the day-to-day essentials and for all the middle class and above middle class and lower middle class families of India. Third one is speed. This is relevant to the consultants like you and me. Like, more tax slabs we have, more confusion our clients have. They always keep asking us, "Iska HSN kya hai? Where do I group this? Is it 12? Is it 18? Is it 5?" And all of that. Now that we have only two, I believe that the confusion would come down. And if the confusion comes down, if the decluttering happens from too many classifications, automatically the speed increases. So this is about why this change has come in now. Next, to cover an overview of what exactly has changed, I'm just trying to give you an overview. So small cars have moved from 28% to 18%, and air conditioners and televisions, they've moved from 28 to 18%. Insurance premiums, they've moved from 18 to 15 or nil. A lot of us, we never took any input of premiums, health insurance premiums that we paid. So the government has considered this feedback and they've reduced it to zero. Daily use essentials, a lot of stuff has come from 5% to nil. And FMCG and packaged goods, which were at 12 and 18%, which has also come down to 5%. Because of this, also the black market, which was going on, will probably now come under the tax bracket, and people will start doing it all in an accounted way, is what government is projecting. Next, talking about the assets which government has given us. So there are two assets which I want to show you here, which government has given us and which will help us in smooth transition from 1.0 to 2.0. The first one is in existence from a long time, but a lot of us and a lot of our clients do not know that this exists. So I'll just click on this hyperlink and I'll also share this in the chat box later of where I found this. So in GST website, they have this. Yeah. So search HSN code. This option is there under services tab, user services, search HSN code. And here you can also download the HSN directory and you can find the HSN codes. A lot of our clients are still getting confused on what should be the HSN code of this item and what should be the description of this item and all of that. So you can give them this link, and so that they can at their end find out what exactly is the category they fit in, their goods fit in, so that the classification and all of that is taken care by them. So this is one of the assets which I wanted to show. For example, if somebody 998313, for example, it will throw out whatever is the description, right? So like this, you can search any HSN code here, and if you have the description, you can search description here. For example, if I search car, motor cars, and sidecars, all of that which it shows. In services, if I click and if I let's say I say technology.
Manish,
Yeah.
are you showing on the tally screen because it's not visible?
No, not on the tally screen. This domain is not visible.
No, it's only the PPT screen is visible.
Oh, wait. I'll just reshare. Sorry.
Choose the first option that gives the
Yeah,
access
yeah.
of the entire system.
I'll do it. Is it visible now?
Yeah, the website is visible, yes.
Website. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
If
want
it
to
was
show.
showing here, could you start from beginning? Because all we have been seeing is the PPT.
Oh, perfect. I'll do it. So yeah, so these are the two assets I was discussing about. So government has given us two assets. The first one is in existence from a long time, but a lot of our clients and also a lot of chartered accountants do not know that we have something like this. So in GST website, in services tab under user services, we have search as HSN code, where you can just click on HSN and you can search any HSN code here and you can get the description. And also there is an HSN directory which can be downloaded in Excel format. I have already downloaded it for you. I'll just show it to you. So if you open this, all the HSN codes with the descriptions are available here. And this is a very good time if any of our clients want to restructure their entire naming and all of that. This is a very good time because any which ways up to 22nd September, they're getting very few orders, very few dispatches. So definitely this is a very good time for restructuring. Every HSN code is mentioned here. Like you can see there are 682 rows. This is SAC and this is HSN. HSN we have 21,791 rows totally, right? So you can share this link to your clients and make sure that they are checking whether their classifications have been right or they want to change or however they want to take it forward. This is the first asset I want to show. And second one is FAQ on GST 2.0. So this is also an important asset for all of us chartered accountants, especially to go through. And in case the clients are interested, you can pass it on to them also, where they have tried to answer a lot of queries which are generic and which have been which have been sent to government, right? So it involves all kinds of queries with regards to tax and date and all of that, right? So these are two assets which I want to show you. Now I'll get into the topic. So our topic for today is how do we make these changes in effective in TallyPrime starting from 22nd of September 2025, right? So in TallyPrime, there are three ways in which you can put in a tax rate, GST rate into an item, right? First option is through ledger, like you create ledger called local sales or interstate sales, and you put stock the GST rate there. So no matter which item you pick, it will automatically take the ledger rate, right? The second option is stock items, like you have 1,000 SKUs and for every item you put the specific rate and it picks up the rate you've put in that particular item. The third option is the stock groups, where you define, for example, you define a stock group called notebooks, and in that you have long size notebook, short size notebook, or whatever like that, and you define the tax rate only for stock group called notebooks, and all the items which are classified in that particular stock group automatically pick the rate from the stock group. So this is the three ways. These are the three ways in which GST rate can be mentioned in Tally. So I'll go step by step and I'll show actually all three of them of how we can do this effectively in your client's Tally. First one, I have taken an example of air conditioner. So here I'll show changing GST rate in ledgers, where the air conditioner, like you know, it has come down from 28% to 18%, right? So I'll just try to show you this exactly how we can do it in Tally. So I have a demo company. Yeah. So here, this is the demo company. What we have done, we have two demo companies, one for stock groups, one for stock items, so that we effectively show how the changes can be done. So, Komal ma'am, can you confirm if my tally is visible?
Yeah, tally.
Perfect. So here we have to first go to this option called Go To, which is a master option. Not sure how many of you are using this, but this has been a savior for a lot of chartered accountants. And here you have to write GST rate setup. So once you click on GST rate setup, so here since we are now first we are discussing about ledgers, I'll click on ledgers. So here whatever ledgers you have in your Tally, all those ledgers with regards to GST, wherever GST rates have been enabled, will appear here. And I'll try to change one of the ledgers. For example, I have this ledger called local sales here, which is at 28%, right? Let's say now I am maintaining all the GST rates only in ledgers, and I'm only dealing with ACs, or I bill ACs in local sales. I'm only dealing within the state. So I want to change this 28% to 18%, right? So what I'll do is I'm just showing you for one. Like this, you can just select all of them and you can do individually. So I'll just select this and I'll click on update GST details. And here you can see 28% is appearing. Now I want to make this as 18% effective from 22nd of September. So I'll just make this as 18, override it, and I'll click on enter. And it will automatically ask me what is the effective date, right? The date from which this change should be effective in Tally, right? So I'll put it as new effective date, and let's say I'll tell it 22nd of September 25, and I'll save this, right? Now you can see here the rate has been taken as 18% from 22 September. But if you want to see the details of history, you can also see that. I'll just select this and I'll go to update GST details. And here, if you go to GST rate history, you can see from 1st of April, there has been one rate, and so the rates are visible here. You can just come here and say yes. So this 28% is there from 1st of April, and from 22nd of September, it has been 18%. And the CGST and SGST split is automatic, which is half of the IGST rate, right? So this is how we have done the settings now. I'll just save this, come back. Yeah. Now, this is the simple way in which we can do the setting. There is no rocket science here, but I'll show you how this is getting affected in Tally. I'll just pass a sample entry. I'll go to vouchers, and here, let's say I'll go to sales, and let's say I do a cash sale, and I'll select the same ledger local sales for which we have changed the rate. And let's say I'll put today's date, 17th of September. Yeah. And here I'll take AC as an example, 1.5 ton AC. And let's say I'm taking quantity 5. And for brevity, I'll take the round figure amount of 50,000. So it comes to 2,50,000. And here I'll add the tax ledgers. Yeah. So now you can see it's calculated at 28%, right? 2,50,000 into 14% is 35,000. This is because we are currently on 17th of September. The same thing, like if I just change the date, I'll just show you. I'll do Alt F2. Sorry, I'll do F2 and I'll change the date to, let's say, 21st of September. And it's still at 35,000, which is 28%. But the moment I do it, I change the date as 22nd of September and I click on enter. You can see this, the rate has changed to 22,500 and 22,500, which has come down to 18%, right? This is because of the change we did in GST rate setup in local sales here. So mind you, we have not done any changes in this item or in the group in which this item is parked. I'll show it separately. Currently, we are discussing on how to make these changes in ledger level, right? So local sales is the ledger, and here we have made change from 28 to 18%. And I'll pass an entry again to show all of you. Let's say cash, and I'll say local sales. Here I'll select AC, and let's say 50,000. So I'm now passing entry on 17th of September. I'll take the tax ledgers. Yeah. So it automatically calculates 35,000 and 35,000, which is 28%. The moment I change the date from 17th September to 22nd September, it comes down to 22,500, which is 14%, which is 18%. Sorry, my bad. So this is how easy this change is in Tally. So we do not have to worry. We do not have to panic. Especially our clients are getting panicked a lot. Like a lot of people are celebrating that the GST rates have been decreasing. They have decreased, and we'll save, and all of that. But all the businessmen have been worrying of how this change will be get affected in Tally, and what are the changes we'll have to do, and all of that. Like you saw, it's very easy to make the changes in ledger level. We just changed it from 28% to 14%. I'll just save this entry. So this is how you change from at the ledger level. Yeah. So we did this. We changed air conditioner. Took an example of air conditioner. We changed the rate from 28% to 18%. Now I'll take an example of stock items, right? Like you all know, Amul cheese, the cheese, not Amul cheese, the cheese category as such, they've reduced the GST rate from 18% to 12%, right? This is the change what they've done. And let's say in my company, I have maintained all the GST rates at stock item level, neither at ledger level nor at stock group level. I have maintained for individual items, I've put in rates. So I'll now show you how to change those rates. I'll come back to the gateway of Tally. I'll again go to the same option, go to, and again GST rate setup. I'll select stock items. Yeah, here you can see this. Amul cheese is visible at 18%. And now that we want to change it, I'll select this and I'll click on update GST details. Here I'll go down, and since it's become 5% now, I'll just override this. I'll write 5 and click on enter. As soon as I click on enter, it will ask me new effective date. So I'll click on new effective date. So yeah, this option is there. Current date of company. Since I've passed an entry on 22nd of September, it's showing like this. But if you don't have any entry on 22nd of September, you might not see this date here. Tally doesn't know that government has changed the rates. We know. So we have to tell Tally that this is the effective date. So nonetheless, what you get here in the options, you have to always select new effective date, and you have to write 22nd of September 2025, and you have to accept, right? And you can see here that slab itself is no more existent. It's here. So you can see date applicable from 22nd of September, and the rate is also 5%, right? Now, if I want to dig down into the history, it's available here. I'll just select this and click on update GST details. And here GST rate details. Here you can see the rates. If I just click on yes, so it was 18% from 1st of July 2017, but because of GST 2.0 and the gift we got from government for Diwali, it now is 5%. Yeah. So this is how you can also monitor the changes that have been done. I'll just save this, and again I'll show you passing an entry, and this time I'll take interstate sales so that I'm covering both local and interstate sales. And let's say I give the date of 17th of September. So yeah, 17th of September, and I'll take interstate data. This is an example that I've taken. And here I'll take interstate sales, and I have to select that Amul cheese. Yeah, it's here, right? So let's say we have taken 100 units at, let's say 500 rupees. 500 might not be the pricing. I'm just taking a random figure. 50,000 is the total amount, and here I'll take, sorry, I'll take IGST because it's interstate sales. And like you can see, it's getting calculated at 18%. 50,000 into 18% is 9,000, right? So this is how it is getting calculated as of today. But we have already made the changes, and now the moment I click F2 and I change the date to 22 September, enter. Now you can see the rate has been calculated at only 5%. This is because of the changes that we've done there. 50,000 into 5% is 2,500. So these are the changes. This is how it is getting affected. Uh, Before I proceed, I just want to tell a lot of the participants have been posting in the chat section. I request all of you to post in Q&A section so that we can pick every question one by one, and we can try to fix it once for all. So I request all of you to post it in Q&A section and not in chat section. Yeah. Coming back to the topic. Yeah. So this is how it works. The same way on 17th of September, the same entry. If I do, it's 9,000, but if I click on F2 and select 22nd of September, it's 2,500. So the rates have changed from 18% to 5% effective from 22nd of September 2025, right? So now I'll save this. It's done. Yeah. So this was a demo on how to make the changes in ledger as well as stock items. No matter how your clients are maintaining this, their tally. And this video will also be uploaded on YouTube in a couple of days, and Komal ma'am will share it in the group. You can also share this video to your clients so that they are at their end ready before 22nd of September. Because on 22nd of September, we do not want to face what we faced in this ITR season. The clients have to have a smooth transition, and since they wouldn't have built from a long time, their volume of invoices will also be very high and they would need live support. So I request all of you that you pass it on to your clients so that they understand how to do it before 22nd of September. Now coming back to the presentation. So this is what we covered now, changing GST rate in stock items. Next, changing GST rate in stock groups, right? So a lot of the distributors, so they have groupings, right? They have groupings from the OEMs and they maintain the stock items exactly as per their OEMs. And for them, it's very easy because, for example, let's say example of pipes and fittings. For pipes, there's one rate. Let's say for fittings, there's one rate. So you already have a group called pipes. You already have a group called fittings, and say you have a group called adhesives, right? So now that you know that adhesives have gone down from 18% to 5%, so you can just change the group rate from of adhesive from 18 to 5, and all the adhesives you have grouped under the stock group called adhesives, all the items automatically the tax rate gets changed there. I have taken an example of the luxury goods like BMW cars, where the rates have actually increased from 28% to 40%. Right? I'll show you how this can be affected in Tally. For this, I have done a different company. Let's just select that company. Yeah. So here in stock, okay. So here again, I'll go to this go to, and so now what I'm showing is I'm showing this changing GST rate in stock groups. How this is being done if your client is maintaining GST rates not in ledgers, not in stock items, but in stock groups. This is the procedure they have to follow. You will just select GST rate setup in go to. I'll come from beginning. You'll click on go to GST rate setup, and here you will go to stock groups. Here you have all the groups that you've maintained in your stock summary, in your stock. All the groups appear here and their tax rates also appear here. Now let's say this is BMW 5 series group what we have, and BMW 5 is all above uh, in the slab where they've changed from 28 to 40%. So even to affect this change, I'll again select this. I'll click on I'll click on update GST details, and I'll come down and let's say I do it as 40%. I'll just click on enter and then new effective date. Here I'll put it as 22nd of September 2025 and I'll click on yes. It's done. So you can see here effective from 22nd of September and the GST rate is 40%, right? If you want to see the history, you can do that as well. We never know if you get another gift on New Year's Eve and again the rate changes and you want to see all the history, you can just click here GST rate history and you can see the history here. So starting from 1st of July 2017, the rate you can just click on yes here. The rate was 18%, but from 22nd of September, if you click yes here, the rate is 40% and it's split into 20 and 20 effectively. Yeah. So I'll just save this. And now I'll try passing an entry. Let's say it's a cash sale. We can't sell goods worth 40 lakhs. I know, but just for the fact of demo, I'll show this. I'll select this BMW and let's say we've taken 2 units worth 25 lakhs. So the total is 50 lakhs. And here CGST, SGST. Yeah. So, okay. So the date is 1st of October. That's why it's calculating at 40% already. So 50 lakhs into 40% is 20 lakhs. So 50 plus 20 is 70 lakhs years. If I change this date to current date, that is 17th of September, it comes down to 7 lakh and 7 lakh, which is 28%, right? So this is how the effect can be given in GST in stock groups. So depending on your clients, how they are maintaining tally, whether in stock, whether they are changing rates in stock items or stock groups or ledgers, you can help them move to GST 2.0 smoothly. I'll just save this and go back to the presentation. Yeah. So this was about showing you how to do this effectively in Tally. Next, I'll just take 2 minutes to show this wonderful tool given by Tally. So I'll just click on this hyperlink. Yeah. So Tally, like you can see the domain in their own website, they've given this GST comparison tool where we can just enter the name of the product and we can see the changes. And also they have given in brief of what has changed and all of that. So this tool, how this helps is I'll just show you. Let's say we're talking about shampoo, find GST. I'll click on find GST rates. And you can see that old GST rate up to 21st of September, 11:59 a.m. is 18%. From 22nd of September, 12:01 a.m. is 5%, right? Like this, let's say we're talking about cheese, find GST rate, and you can see from 12 it has moved to 5, right? Then we spoke about car, find GST rates. Uh, so yeah, there are too many words with CAR. Let's find for uh, okay, the list is too long. It's here. Motor cars and other motor vehicles. From 28, it has moved to 40, right? So you can use this wonderful tool and not only for goods, but also for services. So in services, if you want to see technology, find GST rates, there are no changes done to any services in which the word technology exists. If you want to say software, find GST rates. So there are no changes done to any of the services in which the word software exists. So a lot of our clients are also confused कि मेरे item का rate change हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है. I don't have the clarity. To them also you can share this tool and it's very easy for them and for also for us to find out. This is about the Tally tool. And next, I've done this kind of session for a few forums, and whatever queries I got from the audience, I tried to list them down in terms of FAQ. Most of you would have put in chat. Probably your queries will be answered here. If they are not answered, we'll again take it up in Q&A. But let me first answer all these FAQs, what I have been constantly getting at the forums that I represented. First one is, should we do this setting exactly on 22nd of September? So a lot of Tally users and also a lot of consultants and chartered accountants, they all feel that this change has to be done in Tally exactly in early morning on 22nd of September, but it's not like that. Since you're giving effective date, no matter when you do it, it will work exactly on that date, right? So you don't have to actually wait for 22nd of September to do these changes, because 22nd of September, trust me, if you have clients who've been calling you for all the Tally issues or how to make changes in Tally and all, so there will be no breather on 22nd of September. So you don't have, your clients don't have to wait up to 22nd of September. They can do it right away, right today. After this session is done, you can guide them how to do it and they can do it. And also, since they have less number of orders till now, they can also check by just changing the date of sample entry to 22nd of September and see if the tax has been is being calculated correctly or not, right? This will be a good check for your clients. And obviously, if books are clean, our GST returns and all are very smooth. Next question is, which version of Tally supports this? So Tally, this effective date feature is in Tally from Tally 3.0 onwards. So if you have Tally 2.0, 1.0 or Tally ERP, this feature will not be available to you. So you might have as well have to contact your Tally partner and get it renewed and come back to Tally 3.0 or the latest version 6.2. And from there, you'll have to use this feature, right? So this is a place where a lot of people who are still using Tally ERP will now have to move to TallyPrime, because there's a very big change which has come in, and it has come in the middle of the month. Also, somebody had asked us that whether Tally should be active, whether the license should be active to use this. The answer is no. So you don't need an active Tally license to use this feature. This is a default feature in Tally 3.0 onwards. This is a default feature. Next question, what I'd got is, any additional settings required for GSTR 1 and 3B? Answer is no. No additional settings are required. Once you change the rate with effective date and you do entry as you already do, anyways do, automatically everything else is taken care in GSTR 1 and 3B. You don't have to make any changes in 1 or 2 or 3B or anywhere. No settings to be enabled, no settings to be disabled, nothing to be done. Which method is best for maintaining GST rate? So we also got queries saying, sir, what's good? Should we maintain it in GST items, the GST rate in items or stock groups or ledgers, or what is the best method followed in industry and all of that. So I feel this is very individualistic. Whatever you feel is suits best for your uh, um, business, you can do that. For example, we have clients who have only 3 to 4 SKUs and all of them fall into one category. You can suggest them to only maintain the GST rates in ledgers, right? Because they don't have to go into every item and make the changes. But if you have some clients who are actually distributors of any OEMs or something like that, then you can ask them to go for stock groups, right? Where the company itself gives the group wise uh, categorization of what would be the tax rate and HSN code and all of that. So it will be easy for your clients also to follow the same procedure group wise. And if also your clients are into some business where they are into tenders or something like that, where on and off they're getting some new items every now and then, and that's not the same SKUs every quarter, they're like completely new SKUs next quarter, then I would recommend you to go to the item wise rates, because you can't really rely on the ledgers or the stock groups, because it's all haphazard and there's no uniformity in the stock items category that you're bringing in, right? So to conclude this, there's no best method to maintain GST rates. It depends on the business to business, and I gave you the scenarios of what I would recommend in which scenario. So case to case, you can take it with your clients. And this is also a good chance in case they want to reorganize and restructure how they're maintaining tally. And if you have been facing issues in filing the GST returns every month because their classification is not right or the grouping is not right, probably this is the right time, perfect time for them to realign everything in their tally. Next, is this possible in Tally ERP? So a lot of clients have asked us that is this setting possible in Tally ERP? Answer is no. There is no way you can do it in Tally ERP. Of course, customization and all you can get it done, but officially from Tally per se, we don't have this option in Tally ERP. So there are a lot of distributors who are using Tally, who've been stick to Tally ERP because of their OEMs who have not allowed them to move to TallyPrime. But now you'll have to request your OEMs that this change has come in, and TallyPrime is a prerequisite now for your business, because this effective date, and that too in middle of the year, not middle of the month. So this is very important for all of them who are using Tally ERP to move to TallyPrime. Next question what we had got is, if we edit old entries post 22nd of September, will it take new rate? So the answer is no. So the only metric to determine which rate it will pick up is not when you do the entry, but what date you select, right? So if there's an entry of 21st of September, let's say 17th of September and 22nd of September, you want to change that entry. You want to make some changes in the sales invoice or in the purchase invoice, that will not change the rate, because the metric to select which rate to be picked up is the date that you select, not the date on which you enter, right? So a lot of clients have this confusion that will all our old entries change if 22nd of September the rates change or whatever, something like that. So the answer is no. The metric, I'll again repeat for the clarity, the metric to select to pick up the rates is only the date you select for entry. It's not when you do the entry. For example, sitting on 17th September, I can pass an entry on dated 22nd of September and it will pick the new rate. But sitting on 23rd of September also, I can pass an entry which is dated 18th of September or 17th of September, and it will take the old rate. This is how it will work. So no matter if you're editing old entries, the rates are not going to change. You do not have to worry. Next one is, what's the hierarchy considered for picking GST rate? Yeah, this is very important and very relevant for, I guess, a lot of questions are on the same front. Like if the clients are confused, like somewhere they've maintained item wise rate, they've maintained GST rate in items, somewhere they've maintained GST rate in groups, somewhere they've maintained GST rate in ledgers. So what will Tally fundamentally pick first, right? This is the question. So I'll clear this for you. So whenever you pass an entry, so it goes from lower to higher, right? For example, if there is a stock tax rate in stock item, it will always first pick tax rate of stock item, right? And then if there is no stock rate here, it will then pick the stock rate of stock group, right? So if you have rates in stock group as well as stock item, and wondering that I've changed rate in stock group, but the rate is not getting affected in my invoice, or Tally has got some problem, it's no. So the logic is, first it will first pick stock item rate. So you have to make sure that stock item rate is also changed, or you can just remove the rate if you want it to pick the rate only from stock groups. So only when it checks the stock item, it will move to stock group. And if there is a item rate, tax rate in stock group, it will not consider the ledger. So the hierarchy is, first preference is always given to stock item, whatever is rate is there in stock item. Second preference is given to stock group, whatever rate is available in stock group. And the third and the final preference is given to the ledger. So what I'd maintained as local sales there in my example. So there I'd maintained a rate. If I had put rate in AC, it wouldn't have picked the same rate what I changed in stock in the ledger. So this is the hierarchy which is considered. So now a lot of clients are actually thinking to restructure their tally and make it in a good way. And the CAs have been suggesting them, because it takes a lot of time to remove the uncertain transactions every month and all of that. So if somebody, some of your clients are also making this change, please tell them about this hierarchy so that they are clear. In case there are some errors which throw up when they do entries, they can troubleshoot, right? If somebody doesn't know this hierarchy, it will be a little tricky for them to solve what's gone wrong. Next question is, what if I have a pending sales order prior to 22nd of September? So no problems, your sales orders will remain as they were. But when you convert it to sales invoice after post 22nd of September, it will automatically take new rates, right? So you do not have to worry, you do not have to. So the ideal question was, do I have to re-enter all the sales orders after 22nd of September because I want to give effect to 22nd of September rates, the new rates? The answer is no. Whatever orders you have prior to 22nd of September, you can keep them as it is. They'll continue with the old rates. And whenever you move them to sales invoice, they'll automatically pick new rates. So this is about it. And with this, I complete my session. And now we will go to Q&A. I'll just take Komal ma'am, can you help me with Q&A?
Yeah. So there are 14 open questions. Do you want me to read the questions for you, or
No, I'll just, okay,
yeah.
I have an access to Q&A. Perfect. Is it necessary to affix revised MRP sticker on packaged products with reduced MRP? Can we retain existing higher MRP? Venkatesh sir, this is out of purview of Tally, so I may not be able to answer this. This might be requiring in-depth analysis, and only then some consultant can answer this. Could you share this PPT? Sir, this video will be live. This video will be live, and Komal ma'am, in 2-3 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this will be live in 2-3 days. So that's where you can see this entire video. And probably my speed is not very high, so you can switch on to 1.25 or 1.5 and watch the entire video. Sir, what error may arrive if we updated HSN in stock group and stock item as well? Okay, so Satbir, sir, I guess I've covered your point. So if the rate is there both in stock group as well as stock item, it will first prefer stock item and only then it will prefer stock group. So first preference is always stock item, next it's stock group, and the final preference is the ledger. So I guess this answers your query. And if it doesn't answer, you can again type back another question. Next one is how to update GST rates in bulk in ledger, stock group as well as stock items. The same way, sir, I showed you, I guess you asked that before I showed it to you, where if you can press space, it gets selected. You can press space or control space and everything gets selected, and you can go on updating the rates for all the ledgers or all the stock groups or stock items. It's the same method what you do for other entries. For example, if you want to delete 5 entries, you just select with space and you do Alt D. The same way, it works the same way. Which tax rate Tally will calculate? Which tax rate Tally will capture to calculate the tax? Satbir sir, I'm not very clear about your question. If you can rephrase this and put it back into the Q&A, I'll take it up. One of our client has stock group as disposables under which there are different items. Example, 100 items at 18%, 50 items at 12%, and 60 items at 5%, and some are at 0%. How do we change that? Please explain. Okay. So yeah, this is the case for a lot of the FMCG dealers as well. So my recommendation would be to categorize them separately, sir. If you do this one-time exercise where you are categorizing all these goods separately, stock group wise, where whatever is there in 0% is also named separately, stock group, and 5% it's named separately. 12% doesn't exist now, so 18% you can name separately, and then you can put GST rate only group wise, right? So it becomes very easy for you and also for clients to track. And in case there are any some similar changes happening later, again, it's very easy for them to do the next sort of changes, right? So I guess that answers your question. If you're asking me, can I make one change in stock group and all get affected? Answer is no. So you will have to do it individually because you have like one stock group and items are from different rates. So you'll have to do it item wise only, sir. Uh, Anonymous. So this answers your question. Next question we have, hi sir, whether we have a new GST updated rate slab for all the products in any official website. Sir, I showed you this. I'll just go to that tab. I'll go to. Oh, you're asking about the rates. You can put that here, sir. In the Tally tool, there is obviously one release by government also where they have shown what all rates have changed. Second, I'll just take it. Komal ma'am, you can see my screen, right?
The PPT screen is visible.
Yeah, PPT screen. I'm just moving to that slide. So, like I told you, Kaji sir, Tally has a tool where you can check what is the new rate. So, whatever name you have for the product or for your client's products, you can just try typing the name. And in case there is a change in the rate, it will appear here. If there is no change, it will not appear here. This is possible. And also, there is a government PDF where they've released from government side, which shows what is the rate before 21st of September and what is the current rate post 21st of September. That is on starting from 22nd of September. I'll come back to the. Okay, this answers your question, Kaja sir. Salim sir is asking attar and perfume. Sir, item wise, I do not know what are the changes that you'll have to figure out. This session is about जो भी changes है उसको हम टाली में कैसे implement करें उसके बारे में session है. So whether perfume has been changed or not, I'm not very aware. Is it possible to make changes through stock category? Uh, no, sir. Answer is one thing. Yeah. Is it possible to make changes through stock category? No, so there are only three changes. One is stock, three ways. One is stock items, then it's stock groups, and third one is the ledgers. These are three ways where you can change the stock GST rates of any item in Tally. Prashant sir is asking, can we bulk update GST rates in stock item? Yes, sir, you can definitely do it. The same way what I showed you, you can just click on space, select all the items, or control space, which will select all the items in the tab there, and you can go on updating the rates. But I would suggest you that you do it slowly instead of, because we want accuracy over speed, because if anything goes wrong, the burden comes on your client itself. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm good. Thank you, Prince sir. I have a query like what if customer have n numbers of items and ledgers? So how do they update the rate at single click with effective date? Sir, if they have many items with many tax rates, they'll have to do it individually. There's no other way. I showed you the screen where it's visible. From there, you can do it. You can just select with space and you can do it all at once. But I would again suggest you to not do it like if you have they have 1,000 SKUs, all 1,000 SKUs at once, because that will again goof up the entire tally and you'll not know what changes you've done. And also please take a backup before you make these changes, because if anything goes wrong, you have a fallback to your old previous backup. Next, Bhavna ma'am is asking, what should we do for stock purchase at 18%, now fall in 5%? We have stock at 18%, now we sell item in 5% from 22nd of September. What we can do for this difference? Uh, I don't think this is a tally question. You are more asking from a GST perspective of what will you do with input. So, anyways, you can claim the input, ma'am. Whatever input you have paid while buying the same stock at 18%, that is still your input. You can claim that. And going forward, when you charge to your clients, you'll be charging 5%. I guess that answers your query. Next, Rahul sir is asking, as per GST law, if goods have been supplied and payment also received before date of rate change, but invoice is created on 22nd of September, Tally will pick the new rate. How can we pick the old rate in such cases? As per GST law, if the goods have been supplied and payment also received before the date of rate change. Okay, so this will not be covered in Tally, because Tally is just seeing the rate change, uh, place of supply, time of supply, all that Tally doesn't understand. So something like this, you will have to either pass an entry at 21st of September, or if you choose to pass an entry at 22nd of September, you'll have to make changes in that particular voucher going to F12. But Tally per se does not understand time of supply and place of supply. So this exact query what I've asked will not be covered through this effective date formula what Tally has built. Sir, what if I've purchased goods at 5% before 22nd September, and from 22nd September rate updates as nil rated, then how can I claim ITC? Okay, so this is more consultative. So I would recommend you, Varsha ma'am, to have a word with your chartered accountant and take it forward, because the topic for today is how to make these changes in Tally. Here, whether you have to reverse the credit or you can take the credit, this you can check with your chartered accountant or your consultant. Thank you. Share PPT in group, please. Sure, I do not have any reservations. I can share here. But this video will also be live on YouTube in couple of days. From there, you can share, you can get the entire flow of this video. Advance received when rate was 28%. Now balance received after 22nd September when rate is 18%. Yeah. So here, like I said, this is again not a Tally topic, but you'll have to see the time of supply and then determine which rate is applicable, whether new rate or old rate, and accordingly you'll have to adjust the advance accordingly. Thank you. Deepak sir is asking, what if we can add new ledger rather than change an existing ledger? Yes, sir. वो तो that तो anyways is there. I uh, but how many ledgers will you make, sir? How many ledgers will you make, and why do you want to create new ledgers, right? Like in GSTR 1, again you'll have two ledgers for the same stuff this month, and again in your GSTR 9, any which ways we spend so much time in the reconciliation, but this will add up to your work. So my recommendation would be to use this beautiful feature of effective date in Tally, and same ledger में ही आप rate change कीजिए, so that you have a complete control of what ledgers are flowing through Tally. What if we do a performa before 22nd of September and the customer has paid and customer comes after 22nd of September? Won't the tax amount change on that day? Sir, like I told you, the only metric for selecting the tax rate is the date of invoice, right? अगर आपका ऐसा केस है जहां पे you have clients who have paid and they're going to come tomorrow and collect, you'll have to do that invoice dated 21st of September, because 22nd of September Tally just knows that 22nd of September the rates have changed from 18 to 5 or from 12 to 18, something like that. Okay, it does not know when your client has paid and all of that. So don't confuse this with this feature in Tally. In Tally, the feature only picks the rate from 22nd of September. This has to be decided with time of supply of when you're going to bill to the client and what will be the effective rate, and that's how you determine the rate for the client. Can you please explain FAQ meaning? Okay, sorry, I did not elaborate it. FAQ is frequently asked questions, right? whatever questions were asked to me frequently in the sessions which I took before, I tried to jot down those 8 questions out of them into the presentation because that answered most of the queries. Is it mandatory to update HSN effective date from 22nd of September? No. अगर HSN change नहीं हुआ तो you'll not update. Difa ma'am. So you only have to change GST rate. HSN change नहीं हुआ तो you'll not update. You'll only update the GST rate. Material return after 22nd of September, which prior purchase 22nd of September and having change in rate 18 to 5%, then what rate to be charged in credit note? Yeah, this is in question now and not much clarity has been received, but according to me, the rate, whatever is valid at the time of supply, okay, supply can be a sale, supply can be sale return, is applicable to the invoice. So I think the new rate should be applicable, but yeah, this is again in debate and doing rounds in WhatsApp, and we don't have clarity on this. But this has got nothing to do with the tally topic for today. We have reverse calculation for GST. What can we do after 22nd? Nothing changes. Nothing changes for RCL. Everything remains same. Sir, HSN will pick from sales ledger or item name. It'll, like I told you, it's the same Sidlingaya, sir. It's the same thing. It'll pick from item name. Item name is the first preference. Stock item is the first preference. Stock group is the second preference. And finally, the ledger is the third preference. How can we reverse ITC in case purchase made at 12% and output sales made at 5% in tally? So you don't have to reverse. You don't have to reverse. Reversal is only in case of exempt sales. आपके केस में you have bought it at 12% and selling at 5%, you don't have to reverse. So this is not a tally related question. This is consultative. So you can talk to your consultants, but you don't have to reverse in this case. We are educational institution and we collect registration fees for various courses from students at 18% currently. And we have collected notebook cost and other stationery materials at 12% GST rate. If any changes is made this category, sir. Yeah, notebooks, I guess rates have been changed, but others, your specific category which you're asking, I'm not very aware. I've not gone through the entire list. Whatever is applicable for our clients, we checked and we've told them, but the list is very exhaustive. आप वो tally tool में जाइए, you just write notebook or book or something like that, and you will see what are the changes done from last GST 1.0 to GST 2.0. MRP less discount and then reverse calculation of GST. Praveen sir, I did not get query. MRP less discount and then reverse calculation of GST. If you can retype your query, that will help me answer it. How to update 4 to 5,000 stock items rate in bulk. So you'll have to select and you'll have to update. There's no other option. You'll have to select all and update them one by one. There's no other option because in case all of them have different rates, I don't know how do you affect that change in all the stock items differently. So this is like I told you, up to 22nd of September, if you are also into the category where your rates have changed, definitely your sales or your volume of invoices has come down. And this is a very good time for you to do the regrouping, to do the renaming of your stock. If you want to change the nomenclature, you want to change the stock groups, or you want to recategorize them into some other stock group, or you want to follow the price list of your company and you want to make the stock groups exactly like your company, is the best time. You have to do it. And from there, you can change the rates only in stock groups and you don't have to bother about the 5,000 items that you have. What happens to ITC if the revised rate is nil? And what happens to cess ITC? Sir, this is out of the purview of today's topic. You'll need a consultative answer on this. So this is out of today's tally topic. HSN code quantity in September GSTR 1 will calculate automatically. Summary will show separate. Vishal sir, I did not register your query. HSN code quantity in September GST 1 will calculate automatically. Summary will show separate. Sir, I didn't register your query. Please retype your question. If I sold a stock before 22nd of September and stock is later returned due to any reason, would the return be accounted for the original GST rate or the current GST rate? Yeah. So like I told you, this is still getting debated, and but as per my knowledge, it should come back at the new rate, because whenever is a supply happening, what is the rate prevalent at that time, that will be considered. But again, this is consultative, and you will have to contact your consultant. This is out of today's tally purview. Paresh Kumar sir, we deal in packaged goods item having 5, 12, 18 now all come under 5% from 22nd of September. Cumulative ITC is much more than if all stocks sold during the year after 22nd of September. Shall we ask for refund or able to get set off for next sale which is out of purchase? Sir, this is nothing to do with Tally settings and how the rates appear in Tally. This is more consultative. I recommend you to have a word with your consultant, with your chartered accountant, and then take it forward. Thank you. If I fill GST from Tally JSON utility, so it will affect HSN in GST report. No, sir. If you've done this changes, then whenever you export HSN, it will come with new rates only. So I guess this is your question. Once you do these changes, you don't have to do any other settings for how you file your GST returns. I covered that also in my FAQ section. So you have to just export the JSON and import the JSON like you any which ways do, and the changes that you have done through effective date will be considered. From which release GST update rate update works? Yes. So this works from Tally 3.0 onwards. So currently we are at Tally 6.0. But if your clients are on any version below Tally 3.0, get their Tally renewed. Now that we don't have the ITR load, get their Tally renewed and show them how these changes are to be done, and make them pass sample entries dated 17 September and 22nd September, or 18 September and 22nd September, so that they can see the change themselves and they can troubleshoot when it's required. Because on 22nd of September, everyone's just gonna do invoicing because they've been waiting to make invoices from the day rates have been slashed. We have reverse calculation for GST. What can we do after 22nd MRP, less discount, and then reverse calculation of GST? So I'm not able to register your question. We have reverse calculation of GST. I did not get this part. But no matter which system you're following, here once you change the rates, automatically it will pick up the new rate. For example, I guess you're talking about inclusive of taxes option in Tally. I believe it's that. So here, once effective date you give and you put a new item, automatically it will take up the new rate from 22nd of September, right? What you can do is, instead of waiting for 22nd of September, you can do this slight change in one of the test items. You can create a new item called test item. You can do these changes, and you can try to pass this entry one of today and one of 22nd of September, and this will confirm you whether this is working or not. How to change rates from purchases such as raw materials, footwear from um so it's the same whether purchase or sales. It's the same. If you're maintaining it in ledger, you will change it in ledger. If you're maintaining it stock item wise, you're talking about footwear, you'll go to stock item, individual item, and you'll change that. That's what you'll do. But whether it's sales or purchase, whatever, Tally fundamentally it does not care whether you are asking for sales or purchase. It cares whether you're asking for ledger, whether you're asking for stock group, or whether you're asking for stock item. So I guess the same procedure helps you, sir. What if we do a performa before 22nd September and customer is paid and customer comes after 22nd September? Won't the tax amount change on that day? Obviously it will change, and you've done a performa, right? So when you do an invoice, the tax rate of 22nd will be applicable. So you'll have to either make an invoice on 21st of September, or tell your clients that if you take this item on 22nd of September, this will be the rate. Or if you take this item on 21st of September, this will be the rate, right? So Tally only knows the effective date rate. It does not effective date ka GST rate. It does not know the transaction that you've had from client. But I know where you're coming from. You're telling you've already shared a quote to your client, and the quote had the old rates. But now the client is coming post 22nd of September, and he will own the tax amount change. It will change, sir. It will change. Quotation holds no value in the eyes of law. It's for you. It's for your internal customer relationship management tool or whatever you're maintaining it internally. It has got nothing to do with in the eyes of law. So might as well, a lot of people have done that. So you can mention in your remarks that from 22nd of September the tax rate would be so and so. Whatever quotations you share from today to 21st of September, you can mention that in remarks that if you buy the same item in on 22nd September or later, this will be the tax rate. This is what you can do, sir. The presenter explained everything clearly and made learning engaging. Tally is an excellent software that simplifies accounting and business management. Overall, a very useful and effective session. Subhashish, sir, thank you so much for the feedback. Humbled reading your feedback, sir. Rahul sir is asking through F12, can it be done? Sir, I'm not sure what are you asking about F12. What do you want to do from F12? I'm not sure. You can retype the entire phrase. How can I update multiple item in one entry? How can I update multiple item in one entry? So you will have to select all the items and then only update. There is no way you can do multiple क्योंकि हर एक एंट्री का सेटिंग्स अलग है. हर एक एंट्री का हर एक स्टॉक आइटम का HSN is different. हर एक स्टॉक आइटम डिस्क्रिप्शन is different. हर एक स्टॉक आइटम GST rate is different, right? So you will have to select these and do it one by one. Sorry, I'll just take a sip of water. Sorry. Advance received when rate was 28% and now balance received after 22nd of September when rate is 18%. Invoice raised for full amount after 22nd of September. How tally will affect to rate and advance and invoice? Sir, like I told you, Bhagwan Pal sir, this depends on your time of supply. So it has got nothing to do with tally. Okay? Time of supply के हिसाब से, if you are liable to make an invoice after 22nd of September, new rate will apply. So whatever amount the client has paid you prior to 22nd of September as an advance, you will just reduce that from total amount, right? But if your time of supply says that your rate should be of before 22nd of September, then whatever whatever advance you've received there, you will reduce it there. So it has got nothing to do with tally invoicing as such. It has got to do with your time of supply and when you're making the invoice. Paresh sir is asking, there are 3 dates in tally: posting date, document date, and entry date. In case of posting date and document date, in case of posting date and document date are earlier and after 22nd of September respectively, then how tally will pick rate? Okay. So tally will take rate of tally will take entry date, right? If you're making an entry on 22nd of September, it will take entry date, right? So you might as well, whatever bills you have before 21st of September, you'll have to pass before 21st of September. And only then you have to start 22nd of September. Or even if you get it on a later date, you'll have to come back here and you'll have to make the changes. Because Tally is only picking the rate, what we've given effective date from. It only bothers about that rate, that date. Sorry. Whether in input ineligible GST accounts there in tally for getting report also instead of manual creation of ineligible GST accounts. Okay, you're asking something with regards to GST returns where vendor has not uploaded and you don't want to take the input. So tally does not have a default ledger called ineligible GST accounts. So you will have to make those ledgers. Tally by default doesn't have any such ledgers. Any other site where we can get GST, new GST rate? I guess there should be. I don't have it handy right now, but government official websites, you might find the notification where the new rates are there. Then we have, sir, do we have effective rate feature for the master? Like a dealer was not registered under GST till September and in October got registered. So right now we have to create two ledger, one as URD till September and with GST from October, this make TDS outstanding balance. Okay, sir, इसके लिए Tally already has a solution. Whenever you are entering GST number, they'll ask from effective date, and there you can put effective date from this date GST is applicable. So you don't have to make two ledgers. उस date के बाद whatever invoices you make, it will automatically have GST element in it. And उसके पहले का whatever you have invoices will not have GST element in it. So you don't have to make two ledgers for that. Please elaborate entry of reversal of ITC in case of rate is 0%, which is 12 or 18%, then ITC, let's say, is 50,000. What entry to pass reverse the ITC initially? Sir, this is very consultative. Got nothing to do with how we pass entries in Tally. So I would please recommend you to consult your chartered accountant or your consultant and take it forward, sir. Thank you. Material returned after 22nd of September, which uh, purchase prior 22nd of September and having change in rate 18 to 5%, then what will be changed in rate note? The name is admin. So this is going rounds. There's no full clarity on this, but according to me, it should be the new rate on the date of supply, which will be post 22nd of September. In case of wholesale pharmacy business, most item now fall under nil and 5%. How to proceed in this case? Sir, this is the best time for you to recategorize. Instead of going item by item, just recategorize everything into a group. You make good groups. Anyways, you get, if you're into pharmacy, you get good price list and all of that. You just recategorize everything into group and just make changes in the group so that all the changes in the items are taken care. Purchase the material at 5% and sales at 0%. What is the effective tax? Uh, Sir, like I told you, this is consultative. If you want to claim refund, like you have exempt sales, then you have to reverse your input uh, for the 60 months, and all that is applicable here. Got nothing to do with Tally entries. But yeah, if you put 0% as your new rate, then automatically from that date, it will not take up GST, it will not calculate GST. How to affect the ITC reversal calculation, exempt sales, sale of capital goods before 5 years in GST or 3B. Does Tally have any calculation mechanism inbuilt? I get your query, sir, but Tally doesn't have any calculation mechanism inbuilt. So probably Excel is the only option we have, or there are some other tools. So it has to be split into 60 months, and proportionately we'll have to reverse it every month. All that calculation is there, but got nothing to do with today's topic. Sir, could you please repeat the process to change the GST rates? Sure, sir. I guess some people have joined late. I'll just show it quickly. Okay. So let's say I want to change in stock items. I'll click on go to. I'll click on GST rate setup, and I'll go to stock items, right? So here I've taken an example of Amul cheese. Now you can see from 22nd of September, the rate is 5%. Earlier it was 12%. So how to change, I'll just show you. I'll just select this and update GST details. And here, if you see GST rate details, I'll just remove this entry so that I can redo it. Yeah. Now you can see Amul cheese is at 18%. I want to bring this down to 5%. Right? So I'll select this, I'll click on update GST details, and I'll come down here and click on 5. I'll click on enter, and it will ask me for effective date, the date from which Tally should pick this rate for this item. I'll click on new effective date. I'll write 22nd of September 25, and then I'll save this. Right? Now, if you want to see what are the changes done, you'll again select this. You'll go to once again. You'll again select this, you'll go to update GST details, and here you will make it as, uh, sorry, here you'll go to GST rate details, and you can see all the changes that you've done here. You will click on yes, and the changes 18% is visible here. You'll click on yes here, and the changes 5% is visible here, right? This is how the changes are visible. And one more point I'll cover here. Like a lot of people were asking, like, if I want to change the rate for all of the items, in one percentage slab. How can I do it? You can do it like this. So Amul cheese, if you, for example, these two items, let's say these two items have moved from 28 to 5. Okay. I'll just select these two items. I've clicked on space. And if you want to select for all, you can just click on control space. It will select all the entries. Space, down arrow, space, and I'll click on update GST details. And here, whatever rate I give, right, it will take from that rate. HSN, if I want to change, I can, oh, it's asking me HSN because the HSN is different for all these products. Similarly, if you come till here, automatically you can change the GST rate also and put an effective date. This is how you can do it. The selection procedure is same like what you do for entries and all of that. It's through space. So I guess this answers your question. Probably you joined late. Yes, sir. PO generated and issued from Tally having rate 28%. Contract is ongoing. After rate change, whether amended PO can be generated by Tally after 22nd of September 2025. New PO can definitely be generated, sir, from Tally. But if you are asking about what happens to the rate and all of that, it depends on your time of supply again. But new PO definitely after 22nd of September, if you generate a new PO for the balance of goods that you still have to deliver, it will take the new rate. That is the answer. Thank you for this effective and useful session. Aryan sir, thank you so much for the feedback. Means a lot. Do we have to make two parties if address change? If address changes? Uh, so there are multiple address option which you have. You can use that. I guess you're asking about GST change or address change. I'm not very clear. So there's an option of multiple adding multiple addresses. You can use that option. Invoices of vendors issued before 22nd of September having 28%, but actually received in accounts after 20 October. September books are closed and locked. The rate is 28%, but accounts can account in October 25 only as books are locked. For how to deal with this? Okay. So such cases, sir, you can go to F12 and you'll have to do manual change in the entry because and Tally will pick the date 22nd of September. If the date is 22nd of September, it will automatically give the new rate. Can you share the PPT just explained? Sir, I can share the PPT also, and this video will be live on Tally YouTube channel in a day or two, and you can access it from there. At Tally Solutions is their YouTube handle. What entry to be passed in Tally for reversal of X amount of ITC due to item because as exempt category. Paresh sir, I'm not very clear about the query, but reversal again is consultative. Please have a word with your consultant. We have one last question from Bhagwan sir. Do we have effective date feature for the vendor master and not for my company effective GST date? Like a vendor was not registered under GST till September and in October GST got GST registered. Now, right now we have to create two ledger, one as URD vendor till September and with GST from October. This make TDS outstanding balance. So this is not on top of my mind, but I'll just check if this option I can show it to you right away. Let's say create ledger customer A debtors and I'll put it as unregistered and I've saved it. And then if I say he's got a GST number later, then I'll go to customer A and from here, let's see if I do regular, there is some option here. Yes, it's here. I got it, sir. It's here. So if it is unregistered from 1st of April, and let's say, like in your case, from 1st of October, they registered, you can do register and you can write their PAN number, GST number, and you can take it forward. This option is there. So you do not, this option was not there in the earlier release of Tally, but it's there now. And you can use this. You do not have to create multiple ledgers for the same party. You can use the same ledger. I'll again show you where this option is. So in the customer creation, in the ledger creation screen, here you have F12, sorry. you have more details, and here you have this GST registration details history. So a lot of hearts for this. I believe a lot of people didn't know this, but this is definitely a useful feature. Here you can write unregistered, whatever was the case, and from the date they took up GST number, you can write regular and you can write the GST number. This is what you can do. One more feature I want to show you before. Oh, let's first finish the questions. What should be done for cess in case of automobile industry? Sir, this is consultative. You'll have to once approach your consultant, because Tally will just pick the cess what you've given. But if you're asking about reversal or rate reduction, this is very consultative and individualistic. So you'll have to talk to your consultant. Stocks purchased 28%, now in sale 18%. Doesn't matter, sir. Doesn't matter. AC is the case which I showed now. 28%, if the stock value was 100 rupees, it would be billed at 128 up to 21st of September. From 22nd of September, it will be billed at 118. What is the price cost? Sir, I'm not able to register this question of yours.
I think it's related to the previous one.
Stocks
Purchase,
purchased
now in sale.
28% now in sale, 18% price cost. I'm not able to
Yeah.
club the puzzle. Yeah. Stock given to party before 22nd at 18%, but he gives same stock back after 22nd. रेट नोट किस रेट पर कटेगा? पवन सर, ये अभी डिबेट में है कि कौन सा रेट एप्लीकेबल होगा, बट मेरे नॉलेज के हिसाब से जो भी नया रेट है वो एप्लीकेबल होना चाहिए, क्योंकि टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई वो जब भेज रहा है तभी जो रेट एप्लीकेबल है वो रेट लगना चाहिए. बट अगेन दिस इज कंसल्टेटिव, यू विल हैव टू टॉक टू योर कंसल्टेंट. Sir, is this available for sundry creditors also? Yes. What I did is for ledger. अब sundry debtors बनाओ कि sundry creditors बनाओ, doesn't matter. Tally doesn't know you're making a sundry debtors or sundry creditors. Tally just knows you're making a ledger. So what I showed you now is applicable for debtors, creditors, or all these ledgers what you have. We will get loss now. सर लॉस नहीं होगा सर, वो आपको इनपुट तो आपका ऐसा ही है सर, आपका टैक्सेबल वैल्यू वही रहेगा और नया रेट लगेगा सर. सो जीएसटी इज एनीवेज नॉट आवर्स, इट्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. आपका जीएसटी में इनपुट शफल हो जाएगा थोड़ा, बट लॉस कुछ भी नहीं होगा सर, क्योंकि वी आर ऑलवेज डीलिंग इन टैक्सेबल वैल्यू का रेट इज द प्राइस दैट वी कोट. The effective GST rate of registration middle of year also available for creditors ledger, which you have shown in Sunday debtors ledger. Yes, sir, Bhagwan, sir. So this option is there in ledger creation screen. So it does not matter whether you're doing a debtors ledger or creditors ledger, सब पे work करेगा. In Tally, during passing JV using stat adjustment details, what additional nature of adjustment option choose to book reversal of input tax credit? Sir, this is out of the purview of today's topic, so I'll not be able to answer this, but this is possible in Tally. Uh, I want to show all of you one quick hack, which recently I have discovered that a lot of chartered accountants don't know, and a lot of our clients also don't know, because of which they do a lot of errors in their GSTR ones, and it's us who spend time and solve those errors. But the catch is clients don't pay us for solving more errors, they pay us the same amount no matter how many errors they do. So I'll just show you a hack of reducing a few errors from the uncertain transactions that your clients have. So once you are creating, whenever your clients are creating debtors or creditors, right? The common mistake is that GST number is wrong, or instead of I, they took 1, instead of 0, they took O, something like that, right? So Tally has a breather for it. I'll show you. So if you go to create and if you go to ledger, yeah. So here, this was not in the agenda, but I want to show you because all of you are asking about other Tally features also. So here there is a beautiful option called fetch GST details, right? Please teach this to your clients. The video is available on YouTube channel of Tally. Please teach this to your clients, and this will not only save time for them, it will save huge time for you, and a lot of uncertain transactions what you have based on the mistakes in GST numbers will all fade away. So I'll just show you how this works. So obviously internet is mandatory for using this option. I'll click on fetch details using GST-IN. Before I do that, can somebody put in chat box if you know this option, yes or no? Do you know this option? Have you seen this option? In chat box, you can just reply yes. Okay, there are a lot of yes. I'm happy that all of you all know that this option exists. But it's not okay if only we know this. It should get passed on to our clients, and our clients should know this because it will save us time in while doing GST reco. So the clients can just put the GST number here. So now we can put any GST number. I'll just put mine. So they have to just put GST number here, and the moment they click on enter, automatically the data is getting fetched from GST portal, and all the details will appear here. This is all automatic. Then they have to just do Control A, and as you can see, the ledger screen, the address, everything is mapped. Only thing, we have to add the contact details and email ID and phone number, because that is not there in the public domain. So this is also a wonderful feature which Tally has brought in. If in case you or your clients do not know about this, okay, there is somebody, Sanjeev sir, who didn't know about this. Please pass it on to your clients, sir, and next GST season you'll definitely thank me. This is a wonderful tool by Tally. Do we have any more questions, ma'am?
I think there's one more,
One.
but it's the
Yeah.
same. I think it's the same query which we
Yeah,
had.
same question. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So more or less, we will wait for two more minutes. If there is any more question,
Yeah.
we'll take it up.
If
If GSTN is cancelled and afterward again reactive, then how to find this? Uh, Sir, this is again out of Tally, but anyways, I just show you how we can do it. There's an option called, so this option GST portal gives us, and whenever you write any GST number here, all their details you can see, right? You can see their filing frequency, whether they are monthly. Okay, for example, I'll just take mine so that. Okay, you can see all the details are seen here, and then you can also see whether the GST status is active or inactive. So if they have cancelled, so it will come with effective date. Cancelled from, there will be a date, so you know when they have cancelled their GST return, and you can see their filing table. You can see their frequency, so monthly frequency. You can see their filing table and all of that. Right, everything is visible here if you have the GST number. Come back to the. Okay, sir. Thank you, Paresh, sir. How to remove uncertain transaction in GST return? So there are a lot of ways in which uncertain transactions can happen, and today's session is not on that topic. But you have wonderful videos on YouTube channel of Tally where it's in detail explained that why uncertain transactions appear and how to remove them. But if you do this restocking, recategorization, and all of that, and help your clients maintain books cleanly, it will perpetually help you save time in your GST returns. Is what I have been observing the last years of my consultation. So I guess, ma'am, we are done with all the questions.
yeah. There's one more compliment for you that Manish sir, very informative webinar. Thank you for this. You explained it very easy and clear way. I would like more webinars like this from you. Regards, Ishan Joshi.
Thank you, Ishan sir. Means a lot. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So that's great. Actually, we've answered 70 plus questions and
Wow.
very productively done and right on time. So thank you for your great suggestion that we should address this at our CA Connect forum. And thank you for our audience. We actually had close to 300 plus people today. And it's great that even for the Q&A, we have more than 150 people with us. So thank you, Manishi, for very engaging and very insightful session. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.